Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Veera Cloud Architect. Today we are going to see the most important topic, AWS Load Balancer. Introduction as well as application load balancer. What is load balancers? Load balancers are the key component of cloud computing which can provide highly available and scalable architecture. Imagine I have two EC2 instances running with the same application. If I wanted to split the traffic equally between those two servers, I can use Elastic Load Balancer. Load balancer types: application load balancer, network load balancer, gateway load balancers. So application load balancer is suitable for front-end applications, mostly used for web servers. And network load balancer is suitable for back-end applications and it is for application servers. And gateway load balancer is for deploying third-party applications. This decreases potential point of failure in your network and increases availability. So basically, load balancer will do three things. So first, it will split the traffic equally between the servers, and then it will keep checking the health check of the EC2 instances. When some server is becoming unhealthy, it will bypass the traffic to another EC2 instance. Likewise, it is it will keep checking the EC2 instances, and when it will trigger auto scaling, whether we need to increase the instance or decrease the instance. Those can be done through load balancers only. So without wasting time, let me start with application load balancer. It is a most advanced load balancer available in AWS, and this can distribute the traffic based on HTTP and HTTPS protocol request. And it gives native support for WebSocket and HTTP2 protocols, and it can handle traffic spikes automatically, and it can split traffic equally between the servers, and it can be easily integrated with other AWS services like Amazon Certificate Manager and WAF. Let me get into demo. This is my AWS account. Let me search EC2. To do application load balancer, we need at least two availability zone with subnet, public subnets, or like even we can have a private subnets with two different availability zone. Let me quickly create one instances and launch instance. I'm going to keep the name called web server 1 for this. And then for this example, I'm going to use Amazon Linux, and then like I'm going to use T2 micro. Let me get my key. This is going to be my key, and then I have to choose the VPC. So in this VPC, I have two subnets, subnet 1 and subnet 2. Both are public, and both are having in a both are placed in a different availability zone. This is US East 1B. I'm going to create it. So public, enable public IP. And then since I'm going to use this as a web server, I have a security group called web server. I'm going to choose that one. So this web server security group is having HTTP port and SSH port open. And this is my hard disk. That's all. I'm going to launch the instance. So let me quickly create another instance. For this, I'm going to use a similar instance like this. So I'm going to choose this option, choose the instance, and then action and images and templates. Select this and launch more like this. If I give like this, it will pick up the instance with the same configurations. So the only thing I'm going to change is I'm going to change the subnet, because I wanted I'm going to give the name also like server 2, and then I'm going to change the the same key I'm going to use, and the subnet I'm going to change. This is going to be on subnet 2, which is in US East 1B, sorry 1A, and then same security group I'm using. That's all. And then launch instance. So I have two instances now. Let me quickly view all instances. So, and I'm going to connect the first server. Let me get the public IP, and then I'm going to use putty to connect. Paste my public key and then sorry private key, and then I'm going to upload the private key. Browse private key. So mostly whenever we do the load balancing, the both server will be having a same. Let me log in first and then I will explain. Okay, so I have logged in. I will move as make as a sudo user, and I'm going to update the instance. So for that, yum update, I think it's up to date, and then yum install httpd. I'm going to give a yes as well. Service httpd start. So my server is started, and I'm giving a status. So it's running. So active and running. Let me quickly check this instance in the browser. Yeah, it works. That's fine. Okay, my Apache is running now. So I'm going to change the content of that website. cd/var/www.html, and in that path I have a index.html nano index.html. Welcome to my website, and I'm going to say this is my server 1. Usually the content of both server will be same, but to specify to let you guys know from which server this request is coming, I'm going to differentiate server 1, and for the server 2 I'm going to make it like welcome to my website server 2, like that, so that you can see the difference like from which server the request is coming. Okay, I'm going to restart the service. Okay, so I have restarted. Let me go back and refresh the screen. Yeah, welcome to my website server 1. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing in my server 2. Let's connect with the server 2. Connect, and then copy. Here I'm going to use the putty again, and then SSH. I'm gonna upload the key. Accept EC2-user. Sudo su to make a root user, and then I'm going to install yum install httpd service httpd start, and then I'm going to create a index.html/var/www.html. Sorry, nano index.html. Okay, so now welcome to my website server 2. Okay, just to differentiate, I have given the different name. Okay, let me quickly show this server's URL here. So welcome to my website server 2. So I have server 1 and server 2 running, so with the same content. Okay, so let me create a load balancer. So load balancer, you can find it on the left hand side pane. So load balancer, create load balancer. As I said, there are like three types of load balancer available right now. So you can choose application load balancer, create. Since this is a web server, I'm using application load balancer, app load balancer. So if you are using for internet facing, we can choose this option, or if this website is for your internal, then you can use this. And I'm leaving IPv4 as it is, and we have to choose our VPC. So let me choose my VPC, which is here, and at least two availability zone we have to choose. So 1A, and I have a subnet on this, and I'm choosing 1B as well. I have another server running here. So that's all. Let's go to security group. Security group, I'm going to use my same security group, which is web server, because it has the HTTP port open. And here we need to create a target group. So because these listeners, like what are the which port we are going to use, so the 80 port HTTP port we are going to use, and for the target group is nothing but what are the servers are going to be behind this load balancer. We have to create it. So create target group. So is this load balancer is for instance or IP or lambda function. So for now I'm going to use this one for instances. And target group name, app target group, and then port we are going to use a like 80 port. We can use HTTPS, TCP or anything. Earlier we could find only HTTP and HTTPS, but currently they are available giving us TCP, TLS, UDP and all. So I have selected my VPC, and for now I'm going to use HTTP1, and even it can support HTTP2. So, and which port is gonna do the health check? So the health check, I said right earlier, so the load balancer will keep checking the health check. So this HTTP port is gonna look at, and the root path is gonna check the health check. And then next, now I have two servers running. Maybe in real time there would be plenty of servers running, but currently I have two servers running. I'm going to choose both behind this load balancer. And then once you have selected, it's not yet added, so we have to give as include as pending below. When you hit this button, you can find those two instances here. Now those two instances attached into my load balancer. Now create target group. So the target group is created now. Now let me go back to my load balancer. So here it is, and I am going to choose my load target group. So it is available now. Let me choose. That's all. And then if you want another like listener, like for a HTTP I have given this, or like we can add one more protocol for HTTPS as well. We can add a listener too. But currently I'm having only HTTP, so I'm leaving it as it is. That's all. So everything is ready. Load balancer, internet facing, IPv4, and this is my security group, and VPC with two availability zones, and I'm going to use the listener is 80 port. Create load balancer. So the create load balancer has been created, and it will take few minutes to provisioning. So let me quickly show once again. Okay, I wanted to show you my security group as well. So let me go to my security group. This is my security group, and the security group which I have used is web server security group, right? This one. So let me select this, and inbound rule of this security group is here. So I have opened HTTP port, anyone can access, and same way SSH port also I have opened. So that's all. So let me quickly go back to my load balancer, and still it is provisioning. Sometimes like before the provisioning is completed, like no, sometimes it will be available. So let me quickly give a try. So select this load balancer, and then there would be DNS name created. So this is the DNS name we are going to use it for accessing this load balancer. Select this load balancer, and I'm going to show here. Yes, I have got my load balancer ready. Is configured the server 1. Let me refresh this button. So yes, now the request is coming from server 2. So let me refresh once again. So server 1, the request is coming from server 1, and now the request is coming from server 2. So this is a kind of a round robin method. So that's how, like, first I got the server 1, and now I am getting server 2 request. So this is how the traffic will be splitted equally between the servers. So that's everything for now. Let me connect with another session. So thanks for watching. Bye now.